Well, what's up, everybody? It's CJ. Trying to continue this process where I record my games, screencast, and comment on them while I play, with hopes of one of you guys listening to it and telling me where I go wrong and what my thinking leaves to be desired, and things that jump out at you that don't jump out at me, stuff like that. Okay, I'm playing e4. He's gonna play some hyper modern stuff where he fianchettos right away. Or no, this isn't hyper modern. It's like the King's Indian or something. I don't know. I don't really know my theory very well, or openings, or anything. Really anything. I'm just going to take space. Yeah, I mentioned this on an earlier video, I think in like my first one, but my rating says like 1668. It's usually in the, at least on Lichess, it's in the decently high 1600s. I think that's just got to be wrong. I think it's just got to be wrong because I don't consider myself like a high 1600s rated player. And I think like while you're watching this video, if something ever happens where like something jumps out at you and you're like, how could a 1600 rated player, 1700 rated player miss that, or just how could he overlook X, Y, and Z? Don't be shocked, okay? It happens all the time, way too often to uh, talk about. Kind of embarrassing. Okay, so he's playing the early fianchetto and then the c6 move, trying to figure out what he's going for. I thought he was maybe going to advance d5 like Caro-Kann territory, but then I would just advance and his bishop would be biting on two dark square pawns in the center, which would not be good for him. So I guess he just advances to d6 to try to get his light square bishop out, potentially going for a pin on my knight. But what that tells me is that he's not making the d5 move, so I can actually put my bishop on c4 and keep that diagonal, because if anything, he'll break with e5. And then after I castle and move my f4 pawn up, I'll be laying some traps for some f7 pressure, which is my go-to plan. Okay, so I'm going to develop like this and see what he does. I mean, if his knight wants to develop, I guess it can go through a6, but it also could go through d6, in which case that would support an e5 break. Whoa. So what, is this like some kind of system or something? Three pawns there, keeping his light square bishop in. Boy, I'm just not sure. Uh, okay, he's not really leaving anything weak with that. Can I just castle and then break in the center? Potentially. I mean, I see this uh, diagonal. If I go out and attack his queen with my bishop, get his knight in a pin, open up e5 ideas. What if he just blocks with his dark square bishop? Then when I would take, he would take with his knight, then he's getting developed while I'm not. But then his king side would be very weak, and all of his queen side pieces are still on the back rank. They're undeveloped. So maybe it's good to just keep attacking since he's not taking initiative and developing his pieces first. Like if he makes a pawn, if he goes f4, that's really weakening. I guess he wouldn't do that. Okay. Okay, I guess I see that. Uh, he's going on with the attack. Of course, he's not threatening. He's only threatening my b2 pawn. He's not threatening my d4 pawn because I got my knight and queen still defending that, and they're not going to be kicked anytime soon. So his plan now, I guess, is just to get his knight out and castle. Okay, so I defend this. When I was first playing chess, I would put my rook on b1 here, but then everyone would say that's a really defensive move, so maybe I don't want to do that. Uh, the only downside to putting my pawn on b3, defending it like that, is that my bishop then can't stay on this diagonal if, let's say, like he advances d4 and I take, he takes. I got to get my bishop off, back like to e2 maybe, which would not be so bad. Okay, I'll do that. Support my bishop. This leaves my knight loose through his bishop. I definitely see that, and I'm wary of it. But at this point, I'm just trying to castle, I think, centralize all my pieces, and then break in the center. I do still want to play f4 at some time to try to attack his king. The thing is, this knight, though, on f3 is tied down to the defense of my d4 pawn now that he has this bishop on the long diagonal and his queen eyeing that d4 piece. Okay, his knight. What's the plan with that move? Still supporting just that e5 break, I imagine. Yeah, it is. So he's still wasting time. That means if I castle now, he still has to play his knight out to f6 or to e7, I guess, as some of those systems are, before he can castle. Which means I have time to centralize before before he's ready to castle. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna castle. I mean, I don't really see how to make headway on this besides that. So, well, he's trying to attack that pawn so that he can win my knight, but I guess he's missing that. When I take it, I'm threatening his queen, and none of my pieces are undefended, so it's not like he can just come in and take my knight. And he's not threatening my e4 pawn, so if I move my knight, nothing's undefended. Yes, I'm just going to take it. It's attacking his weak d6 pawn, too. So, okay, and I don't want to just make these because this is what I'm working on, trying to think out lines. So, d takes c, queen c6. Yep, queen c6. That's his plan. Okay, good thing I looked at that. D takes c, queen c6. What about that point? Bishop to b5, skewering the queen and the knight. Queen takes, the knight is pinned, and I can advance. I don't know. I guess I'm like pretending to be tricky, but I'm not even tricky. I'm not tricky at all. I mean, my only other option is knight a4, attacking his queen, but then it's worse. He'll take my rook on this long diagonal instead of my knight. Okay, I just got to take, I guess. Yeah, so if he takes with his knight, he is threatening my pawn. Now he's not threatening that pawn. He's just threatening to take my knight. So if I just defend with my queen up to d2 with plans of exchanging his dark square bishop afterward, does he have any immediate threats on me? I don't think anything's really undefended. I mean, my knight is pinned, so if he attacks my knight again with his queen, that's something. I could also just right now... No, okay. So if he attacks again with his queen, then I can... man, maybe I could even play e5. Whoa. I mean, he's attacking it twice. But at that point, his bishop wouldn't be attacking mine, and I could exchange it off. So now, yeah, he's attacking my knight twice, but my queen is defended, so I can move my queen out of there. In fact, I can move it up to b5, which is always an option. If he takes, I take, and then I'm threatening to fork his king and rook. Bad news for him, right? In fact, I can just do that right now. Yeah, I think it might be my best move. Yep, that's what I'll do. Okay, nice. If he takes my rook, I'll do that check first, and then win his rook, I guess. Well, he's got to take my queen. Obviously, I mean, like, after that move. After he takes my queen, I'll recapture. But then if he takes my rook, I can first check so he can't castle, centralize everything, win his rook. Yep. I guess I don't really want to move my knight, to be honest, because if I capture with my knight, then where is it going? It can't really improve from there. The bishop and pawn are on its two squares that it would want to go to because I want to attack the weak d6 pawn. So I guess I just gotta recapture with my bishop, which wasn't doing much there anyway. I mean, it's loose. No, it is loose, but my knight is guarding it. It's not totally loose. It's just kind of loose. I say that because I want to move my knight eventually, and after that, my bishop won't have any protectors. So I'm threatening this check right now. He has to guard that square. The only way he can do that is by moving his king. Okay, perfect. So now his king has lost all castling rights. Boom. Uh, if I move my knight in there and he moves his rook, I can actually just move my uh, bishop over to f4, attack his pawn, and if he moves his pawn, I've discovered things with my knight moving. Square is so weak, it's like hard not to just go in there right now. I also could just pin his pawn with bishop b4 to his king. He can't really protect that at all, actually. Yeah, he could. He could move his knight in. Yeah. So actually this move should work all right. Unless he can block with his bishop, huh? Block with his bishop. I take with my... No, you know what? Even if he blocks with his bishop, so I mean bishop down to e5. If I go knight takes e5, however he recaptures, I won't recapture because I'll keep my dark square bishop. That way all of his dark squares along the a1, h8 diagonal are totally weak, and I have dark squares. So that'll be my plan. I actually could have just taken that pawn right now, but no, not but. I don't mean to say but. Like I envisioned this. I totally overlooked it. I'm rewinding now to see like how I totally missed this. So this whole time, so he moves his king. I clearly could have just moved my rook because it was completely hanging, but I didn't because I overlook everything, mainly because I'm not good at chess. But besides that, nothing really. So it is bad, but it's not so bad because, like I was saying, that dark square bishop is really handy for me. So I can actually I can insert this check first, do like this, then win his dark square bishop. I'll win his rook next by uh, putting my knight up to e5. If he takes, then it's good for me. Otherwise, okay. So now I had been saying knight to e5. If he takes, then I take with check, and he has to move. This knight, where's this knight trying to go when I reposition him? I guess first I'll attack his rook. He can't attack me back. If he moves, like I said, I've discovered things because now the knight's within checking distance of the king, and I'm attacking that pawn twice. So yeah, the idea behind knight to e5 is if he takes, then I take back with my bishop and win his rook, and if he just moves his knight, then it's also all right for me because I'll move my knight, maybe capture a pawn or something. Oh yeah, so he didn't see that, I guess. Take that with check and oh no, he did see that. Just kidding. I didn't see that. Uh, cool. I'm attacking this pawn with check. First, I'll go back here and attack his rook, and then I'll win that pawn with check. Attacking it twice. So yeah, again, I'm not like you can kind of probably tell how because my thinking is so like short with it. But I don't really calculate these things to the end, and it messes me up. Messes me up pretty bad. So I can just take his rook now, win back the exchange. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I think I have to because he's attacking my knight. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and win that piece. Recapture with my pawn. Boom. Let's go. All right, so now I'm just up 2 pawns. If I were any good at chess at all, this would be a pretty easy win. Just a matter of technique. But I don't know. I just don't know. All right. What I do know is rooks like open files. I'm trying to get more toward the center, so if he ever develops his bishop to that long diagonal, I'll be able to pin his knight. And now he has to move his e-pawn up to let his bishop develop on this long diagonal right here. So I don't know what he's doing here. Okay, should I just put this in check? Maybe I should just check him right now, just to bank some time. Yeah, part of it is I always get low on time, so I have to like make sure that I don't like fall into that trap um because then it's just really hard to play. So what is he threatening there? I don't know. I can just break open his pawns, kind of. Actually, I can just win that pawn. I mean, he's threatening the e4 e4 pawn. Is there any way to defend that? Since he only has a light square bishop, I don't mind actually making this move right here, f3, because he's not going to attack me on this diagonal to my king, so I don't really see how that weakens me very much. So I can take here, and if he takes with his king, then I have knight takes with check. If he takes with his pawn, then I just win this pawn. And I'm attacking it twice still. After this, I have a fork on his knight and bishop. So I guess that tactic will work. And I don't know how he can save both. Like, his knight really doesn't have any great squares. Like, I don't see how that's going to help him. But I'm going to take here, and since he can't really take, I'll wait till his bishop probably develops to well, I can't really say probably. He might just attack this weak pawn right here on c4 by moving rook c8. If that happens, maybe it's worth it even just to advance up to c5. Let my bishop keep an eye on it. What else? Okay, this is. I have a lot of problems with. I have a lot of problems with something with seeing mating nets around kings. This is like straight out of a tactics book here. The king can't retreat backward. Um, so there should be something like eventually you'll play a g4 move and check him, and then bishop down to capture. So do I just move my knight right now? Ideas of rook d5 check. There's something here, I know it. Okay. Okay. I'm preparing. So I'm putting my knight within checking distance so we can go to f4. Eventually check him. If the king goes to g5, then I have discovered tricks. I can't bring my rook up to d5 actually because his bishop controls that square. So yeah, I'm just gonna trade down, I guess. I can't. I wish I was better at seeing these mating nets. For some reason, my brain just doesn't register them. Like I can't see them when they're happening. It's crazy. I guess I just need more practice. No, I know I just need more practice. Yeah, so now I have 4 pawns. Uh, Not so much you can do. Maybe I'll just move my king up and take away all his squares. It is a g3 check. He has to move uh, king h5. Then what's my follow-up? I don't know. Well, it's going to keep his king out. I guess I can go attack that pawn. And by that pawn, I mean h6. Sorry, I'm still getting used to commenting while I play. Go attack h6, ties rook down. I'm glad to trade, by the way. So if he moves his rook, all right, yeah. And even so, can I? All right, well, I'm just going to start marching this guy. First of all, put him on a dark square so that no one can attack him. His king can't move at all, so I don't have to worry about him attacking. Plus, it stops his h6 pawn from advancing. So he's all tied down. His rook is completely tied down because he can't move. His pawn is on a dark square, so his bishop can't be used to defend it. I think the move is just to start rolling my pawns. I can even drop my bishop back because he doesn't have to be on f4. He could be on e3 just as well, and I'll start advancing those pawns too. I know for some of you watching, this is so lame because like I'm up 4 pawns and it's the end game. I should be able to just win so easily, but it's just not. I wish it were that easy, but I just can't reliably do that. Oh, wait. What if I just move my king up to h3? Is that mate on the next move? Oh, yeah, wait, it would be. Maybe that's why he did bishop c8. Wow, am I good at chess, huh? Here we go. All right, start marching. I gotta get those 10-second increments. Nothing is undefended right now, so he can't move and surprise me. I mean, the only thing undefended is my f3 pawn, but I don't see how he's going to get to that. Yeah, so I'll just start putting all my pawns on dark squares so that he can't surprise me. Yep. So at this point, I can just take a6 unless he goes bishop d3, in which case I'll capture his bishop. So he has no real way of defending. There's going to be no stalemate because he has so many pieces still. Oh, that's the move. Damn, so I missed this tactic. I'm just moving so fast. But when he moved his bishop to g6, the tactic here is g4, king h4, and rook takes bishop on g6. That's the tactic. I shouldn't just go for that pawn. I do all these tactics training, and I don't even I don't even have the presence of mind to look for them while I'm playing. It's crazy. I know. Yeah. Again, you guys are going to be watching this and wondering how I could be so blind, but that's just how it happens. Okay. Well, I missed the opportunity for that completely. But no, I didn't actually, because now I can still do the same type of thing. His king will move down, and I'll put him in check with my rook and just win his pawn that way. This should be just about the same effect. How long have I had this for? You guys have probably been watching, like, screaming at your screens that I had this the whole time. Yeah, so this is probably an easy win for me. At least I would hope so. Just march my pawns right up. Yeah. I almost just blundered huge. So this is all right. He'll move his king up and try to threaten my bishop, but that'll tie his king down there the whole time, and I'll just start marching my f pawn. Yeah, this should be a win for me. Yeah, so I thank you guys for watching this whole thing. I know it's not over yet. Just oh, he's playing for a little stalemate or something. Whatever, it wouldn't even be a stalemate. I'm just gonna take it. I want to. I really want to get better at all this. I really do. So so if you guys have any tips or comments or something, I would really appreciate it. Okay, black resigned, white is victorious. Thanks a lot for your time. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Give me any tips or tricks or comments or ways to improve these videos, and I look forward to reading about them all in the comments. Later, guys.